What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KingSupreme back in the video. Today we got NBA legends explain how crazy good Larry Bird was. Now if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Just be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thank y'all for those who are already subscribed and are part of the family. Appreciate y'all for being such cool homies to your boy, and thank y'all for the continued support and all the love. It means so much to me. That's why y'all for the best supporters on YouTube. No cap, man. If you want to keep seeing more bangers from your boy, just be sure to keep flooding the comments down below. And I got these bangers for y'all for sure. But we for real going up, you know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit. So I'm gonna keep on telling y'all that these bangers will continuously be dropped. I'm gonna continue to stay consistent for y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all down. So be expecting these bangers daily. You feel me? Just be expecting these bangers daily. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't joined the Litters Gang on YouTube already, come join. You know what I'm saying? We lit over here. But hey, we got some more Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? Larry Beezy. You know what I'm saying? My dude. This my dog. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to get to some more Larry Bird videos. I got another assist one I think y'all wanted me to react to. I'm gonna react that soon as well, but I had to get some more Larry Bird. This is my dude, so underrated. I gotta say, I literally underrated him so much before even watching this video. You know, I'm really a basketball fan, but I never really thought before that Larry Bird was like a must, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just more that I didn't hear about him, I didn't see about him enough. So I didn't. So y'all really put me on to that aspect. So we're gonna see how this one is. Let's get straight to it. Please keep on letting me know what videos you want me to see next.
And from Indiana, who gave us an 80s to remember by lighting up a battle between the Celtics and the Lakers, will forever be heralded as one of the players who saved basketball. Bird and Magic's coast-to-coast war and jaw-dropping styles gave the NBA the boost it needed before the emergence of Michael Jordan. But for Bird, with 3 titles, 2 Finals MVPs, and 3 consecutive MVP seasons, some forget just how good he really was. Today we look at NBA players explaining how crazy good Larry Bird was in his prime. Before we get into all that, if you want to win a PS5 with NBA 2K22 and Madden NFL 22 included, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. When speaking of the NBA's greatest of all time, there's always 5 or 10 guys that hit the list. Each carries a different generation.
Better get KD
From 50s Bill Russell to 60s Wilt Chamberlain or 70s Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 80s Magic Johnson, 90s Michael Jordan, 2000s Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, to today's LeBron James. Some get overlooked when they shouldn't. For example, Tim Duncan. And others get left behind because of the lack of titles, like Charles Barkley.
True!
What happens when all these players talk of another great as if he was like no other? Larry Bird was lauded by most of these legends, because he was one of them too. He was consistent, tough, offensively masterful, and one of the first big guys to shoot many three-point shots. LeBron James spoke candidly in an interview about how he was one of the few guys ever to win a three-point contest with a warm-up shirt on. LeBron referring to the time Larry won his 3rd consecutive three-point contest. James continued,
for young guys that don't know him, you know, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter. But he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds.
Speaking Bron,
he defended, took charges. And
speaking Bron, I love the greats of today. You know, giving respect and props to the greats who came from beyond, or from the past. You know, just giving some, you know, giving them respect because they paved the way for them. I can never understand people now, like, especially people like greats like try to hate on or try to diminish what they did. Like, damn, they paved the path for you. Give them the props, give them their flowers, like Bron is doing right here. So that's why LeBron one of the all-time greats. He is just talent-wise, but he's very humble as well.
You know, it's just straight up basketball player and me as a small forward.
Later in his career, LeBron adapted his game to the new way of basketball, which was a charge led by the Golden State Warriors in shooting more from behind the arc. LeBron was considered a big guy, but began shooting more threes, and no doubt was heavily influenced by the fact that Larry Legend had already achieved this feat in the 80s. In another interview, when asked about his top 3 of all time, LeBron put Larry Bird firmly in there with MJ and Dr. J.
Oh my God, 3, Larry Bird, Dr. J. Michael Jordan.
Shaq had a very different opinion on Larry initially. He said he disliked Bird because he was
just like my dog.
Favorite creator, the biggest
like
game. Join the fun.
No, you did not dislike. Oh, y'all.
Jealous. He thought, how could this regular-looking guy do everything?
Yep. Never really had a chance to play against Larry Bird, but I actually used to hate Larry Bird. I hated it.
Shaq soon realized as he grew older and wiser that despite getting the luck of the Irish with the Celtics, Larry made his own luck when it came to shooting the ball. Shaq, at 7
bruh, he just said, I just hate him, bruh. He didn't do nothing to me. He didn't really do nothing. I just hate him. Like, damn. Dude woke up with hate on his mind. Sheesh.
Shaq soon realized as he grew older and wiser that despite getting the luck of the Irish with the Celtics, Larry made his own luck when it came to shooting the ball. Shaq, at 7'1", of course, had a completely different style of game at the time. He was built to the max and used brute force to impose his will on the defense and rack up the points, blocks, and rebounds.
I gotta watch
Shaq was also
highlights.
faster than most give him credit for, particularly in the early part of his career.
Oh, near the rebound. Now the Magic with a final shot chance.
Oh my God.
Takes it all the way.
Bird was notoriously slow, which was all the more testament to his skill set, but his basketball IQ was just on a different planet.
Facts.
He once sank a shot from behind the backboard, which O'Neal chalked down to a fluke following a bet with his friend.
Why is Shaq hating?
Shaq never really got the chance to play against Larry Bird, which is unfortunate, because I don't think it would have taken him so long to recognize greatness.
Right.
On the other hand, six-time NBA champion Kareem Abdul-Jabbar battled Bird on numerous occasions while playing with the Showtime Lakers. Bird got the better of him in the 1984 finals, and took another two in a decade that was largely dominated by the purple and gold. Kareem spoke about how Larry might have been the best he had played against, and said,
how good was Bird? People, I don't think people look at him and think, oh, he's a white guy, slow guy.
The chubby white guy, he wore us out, man. You know, because he just, this muscle here, the one between his
He
ears.
said he different with it. That's the thing, bro. Your basketball IQ on point, you can do whatever. Like, yeah, you could just control the court. You know what I'm saying? That's like people. That's kind of like I'm not saying it's the same thing, but like Luka nowadays, like how he's like not the fastest, not the most agile, the flat, but he will poop on any and just demolish any nigga type shit. I feel like Larry Bird was on the same tip. Like he might have been the most athletic or the most flashy, but he was just he knew the game to a T, and he was just so basketball IQ and basketball savvy, bro. They just couldn't play with him. They couldn't even test him. You understand? Like, it's crazy.
Slow guy.
The chubby white guy, he wore us out, man. You know, because he just, this muscle here, the one between his ears.
Yeah.
That was his best, because he made the three-pointers and he had assists and rebounded, steals. He was always at the right place at the right time on the court. One of the great players.
Kareem was disgustingly good.
11-time All-Star Charles Barkley, a regular season MVP during a star-filled 90s, was once asked, "Are you better than Bird?" And he took a long pause before answering, which is very telling.
Am I better than Bird? Oh man, that's a great question.
Most great players respond immediately with how they think they're the best, because you have to have that kind of mentality.
You gotta have the confidence mentality. But on some real shit, Barkley is one of the greats too. Like top 3, top 5 power forward of all time. But no, he's not better than Bird.
Get to the top. Instead, Barkley answered,
I'm a better rebounder. I'm probably a better defender. He's a better shooter, obviously. A lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to think, you have to have that mentality.
No, you know. I think, it's a team game.
You're right.
I think deep down he knew that Bird was a better player. And for someone as good as Chuck to be stumped like that in an interview shows you how heavy the weight of Larry Bird's legacy was.
That's
Former
Charles
teammate
Barkley.
Kevin McHale also references how unreal Bird was to play with. McHale was Bird's right-hand man while playing with Boston, claiming the Sixth Man of the Year award twice, along with 7 All-Star appearances. His story of a specific Detroit game is fascinating. There was a bit of time left on the clock, and we had beaten Detroit, and I just scored 56, and I'm walking off the court.
Damn.
And Larry said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm done." I said, "I'm exhausted. I'm tired." Larry goes, "Don't do it, man, because when I get that hot, I'm not coming out of the game." A week later, he got that hot. He looked at me at about 50 points, and he looked at me and said, "I told you." The pair would go on to win 3 titles together. And McHale would continue to tell stories that live on in Celtics folklore forevermore.
Wow.
A highlight being a throwback from Bird's brutal trash talk at a game in Phoenix.
We have a play, out of bounds play, I'm taking it out, and Larry says, "I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3, and I'm like, we're down 2. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole and try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game. And Larry says, no, I'm just going to bust a 3 on him. I'm like, oh my God. So he tells the Phoenix bench, he tells the coaches, yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so!"
Oh my
His mental game was such that he could just open up any team and tear them apart. He would use psychological warfare on a regular basis. Players speak of his toughness not because of his size or physicality, but because of his mind. He would impose his will on the opposition and could force them off their game just as much as he could switch on his. A mastermind at trash talk tactics, Larry Bird will forever go down in history as one of the greatest trash talkers of all time. And in the 80s, that mattered. With players such as Bill Laimbeer, Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson, and the eventual emergence of Michael Jordan, Bird did what was necessary in order to gain that mental edge that took him over the top.
Insanity.
James Worthy, the 1988 Finals MVP, simply
I love these kind of videos. So interesting. It's just so engaging. I love every single bit of it. And always, all props goes to the people who do the video. I think this one was Latest Hoops. I think it says all props to the channels who do the crazy amount of work and effort on these videos. They make these videos so like in these little small little frames, but so much is compacted and so much effort and time is put into these videos, bro. Mad respect to them, y'all.
Larry was trash talking all the time, but the problem was he could back it up.
Oh, yeah, he could back it up. So when you're arrogant and you can back it up, you're not arrogant, you're just good. And Larry was good.
Even Worthy's former teammate Magic Johnson spoke on the fact that he had a real dislike for Larry Bird as far back as their college playing days for the very reason that Larry would constantly get the better of him. Johnson claimed in a recent interview during a press build-up for the Broadway play about the pair that after he beat Larry in the NCAA championship game in 1979, the most watched college basketball game ever, by the time he got to the Lakers, they were 0-8 to the Celtics.
You had to hate the Celtics.
Who's cooler than me?
Everyone.
Larry Bird to go.
Introducing Little Caesar's
Talking
Pepperoni
about
just $9.99 with over 100 old world.
Literally, these stories are so interesting, bro. I keep on learning new stuff.
Because when I got here, we were 0-4, I think 8, and then the first time against the Celtics, and then in championship series, and then we lost that in '84. That made us 0-9, I believe.
Damn.
And later is quoted as saying, "When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared." Not bad when hearing it from a 5-time champion and one of the true great basketball players of all time. At the 2019 NBA Awards, Johnson received the NBA Lifetime Achievement Award, but it was shared with guess who? Larry Bird. Bird was simply the king of talking the talk, then actually going out and walking the walk.
Listen, man. Retirement is great for you because you've never talked this long.
Dominique Wilkins recounts one of the most famous games where Larry Bird promised Kevin McHale he was going to break McHale's record against Atlanta. Wilkins said,
"He got so hot in that game that you talk about that patented step back. He was doing that step back and he switched it to his left hand 3 separate times in that game and hit a 3. He was scoring anywhere on the floor that he wanted.
Is this when the Knicks was giving each other 5?
The Knicks was giving each other 5.
So did you get a fight with them after the game? Forget Larry. Did you beat anybody on the bench? Because you giving 5, he's scoring on me.
Every one of those guys got fined $3,000.
Okay.
Larry's legend lives on because of the greats that want to tell them. The reason there's a list of top 10 players who consistently call Bird their toughest opponent or one of their all-time greats is because Larry himself is in that list. Larry is a top 10 baller of all time. His style doesn't matter when his skill sinks the opposition. Because above all, the opposition will remember. They'll remember the steals, the shots, the clutch plays, and the trash talk. They'll remember the Bird from the early 80s, not from the early 90s. The Larry who stepped out on the court in his warm-up jacket and made Michael Jordan recoil in envy. MJ announced,
He took out his top yet. I didn't see when he took out his top.
well, when Bird did, it was all business. He may as well have taken a mop and bucket to the floor because he was about to clean up. He was an impetuous and never relenting opponent that took the life from anyone who stepped onto his battlefield. The consensus is a resounding stamp of legendary status for the man who will forever go down in the history books as one of the greatest ever players, and arguably the greatest ever Celtic to grace the court. What did you think of Larry Bird in his prime?
I think he was the GOAT with the 4. Easily top 10, talking about top 5 probably me. Easily top 10, it's not even a question. That's the video, hope y'all enjoyed it. You already know I'll keep posting these bangers for y'all. Especially these Larry Bird videos. These are like addicting to watch. Not only just because I love basketball, just because I just love the videos, hearing the stories. It's like all-time greats like Dominique Wilkins, like Dominique, like MJ, like Magic, like these greats talking that much about, like, these are the top 10 players of all time talking about another dude like this. Because Larry Bird is in the top 5 of all time easily. But that's the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Cannot get enough of these Larry Bird videos. Let me know which ones y'all want to see next from me. Let me know. Y'all understand? But that's the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to see more videos. Instagram's on the bottom of the screen, also in the description. If you want to hit me up, DM me, message me, do all that shit so you can keep on spamming these videos out for you. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. It's your boy King Supreme. We out, baby.